Yes,
And
sir.
yung nga pala, isa pa pala, the late Roy Logoles.
Yes, sir.
Also,
Yes, sir.
he's
He
also a
was
great.
my mentor, sir.
Ha?
He was my mentor, sir.
Talaga?
Yes, sir.
Taga-Paranaque ka ba dati? Ha?
No, sir. Nung during my stint at the United States Naval Academy, he always palagi po niya ako binibigyan ng mga advices.
Wow. Oo nga. Ah, dali lang habang before the others come in, interviewin ko na muna ikaw sandali.
Yes, sir.
Anong formal name mo, Pawi?
Sir, my formal name is Mary Pauline Fornea.
Mary?
Mary Pauline, sir.
How do you spell yung yung ano mo, yung second name mo?
I will chat it, sir.
Ha?
I-chat, sir.
Am I choppy? Coming in choppy? Choppy ba ako? Choppy?
I
Yes, sir.
can hear you well.
Mary Pauline Fornea. All right, there you go. Saan ka nakatira dito sa Pilipinas, Mary Pauline?
Sir, my permanent address is in Davao City, sir.
Okay. Tito Bong na lang. Masyado ako nagiging formal na. Pero I'm glad that we have something, you have it must have been tough, Paano mo na juggle yun, being a national duathlete as well as studying in Annapolis? How were you able to juggle that?
Bale po, ano lang po, sipag at tiyaga lang po. Before I entered the ang history ko po, sir,
Yes.
I started as an amateur swimmer at the age of 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But hindi po ako hindi ko po kayang makapasok sa national team ng swimming. I shifted from amateur swimming to triathlon po at age of 15. And from there po, with around 1 year, nakapasok na po ako sa national team ng triathlon.
Okay. Nag-Ironman ka. Kailan ka naging member ng Duathlete, ng triathlon team?
Sir, kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, 2010, sir.
2000.
Around 2010, sir.
Tapos paano ka napunta ng Annapolis? That's an interesting journey. How were you able to and that's a very elite school. Not any Filipino can enter that. Paano? Sige, kwento ka konti.
Yes, sir. Tito Bong. Bale po, Tito Bong, at the age of 15, kinuha po ako ng Philippine National Triathlon Team. But I pinili ko po na maging part-time national athlete po, sir, kasi kailangan ko pong makagraduate ng college dahil sa hirap po ng buhay, sir. So sabi ko po sa national team, sir, na kung pwede po, pag wala po akong school, nandun po ako sa kanila, full-time athlete po ako, pero pagka pag may klase na po, balik po ako sa amin sa Davao City sa UP Mindanao.
Sa University of Mindanao, anong course na graduate ka?
Sir, BS Food Technology, sir.
Okay.
And then I graduated at the age of I graduated my college degree at the age of 18 years old, sir. And while I'm a national athlete kasi ginagawa ko po, sir, yung allowance ko po sa national team, ginagamit ko rin po pang tustos po ng tuition fee ko, sir. And then at the age of 19, sir, I decided na mag-resign na po sa national team para mag-enlist po sana ako sa Navy, enlisted personnel. But yung commanding officer po ng in-applyan ko, gusto po niya, sir, na mag-PMA po ako. So actually hindi ko po alam kung ano po yung Philippine Military Academy. I don't know where is that, what is cadetship.
Anong year ito, Pawi?
2014, sir, I tried to enlist in the Philippine Navy, but the commanding officer told me to apply at the Philippine Military Academy. So, sinunod ko lang po yung instruction ng commanding officer po, without knowing na yun po pala yung mapupuntahan ko. So, nagtiwala.
Ilang years ka nag-PMA?
Po, sir, 1 year po, and then after 1 year, sinabihan po ko ng PMA na ipadala po nila ako sa United States Naval Academy as their PMA. They called me PMA Foreign Schooling Academy Cadet, sir. So I was a PMA cadet at the same time a USNA midshipman, sir.
US midshipman. Nag-midshipman ka rin doon.
In Annapolis, sir, cadets are called midshipmen, sir.
Okay. Sige. Then, nakailang years ka rin sa Annapolis? How many years ka rin sa Annapolis?
Sir, 4 years, sir. Nag back to zero po ako, sir. Nag first year po ulit ako, sir.
Okay lang. Pero it's tough, ha? How can you describe your experience? Kasi unang-una, babae ka. Di ba? And a foreigner at that. Iba yun eh. Babae na, a foreigner of that. Ano lang naman, this is not to be supposed to be a negative. Tapos, quote unquote, from di ka pa, di ba? From Davao, di ba? Paano mo na nalagpasan lahat yun? Yung mga challenges na yun? Di ba?
Sir, actually, sir, ano lang, sir, tatag lang po ng loob, sir. Pati, sipag at tiyaga lang po, sir. Kasi, iniisip ko po, sir, kailangan ko po talaga matapos yung military training ko. At the same time, kailangan ko rin po na iserve yung pagiging sponsored athlete ko po kay Standard Insurance, sir. So,
Standard Insurance ka, then athlete din pala. Okay.
Yeah. So, while I'm studying in Annapolis, sir, I tried my best po na i-continue or i-maintain po yung athletic performance level ko, sir, because
kailan ka na-recall ng national team for the duathlon sa SEA Games? Anong month ka nakabalik dito?
Sir, bali po, sir, I think 6 months before SEA Games, nagkaroon po kami ng qualifying event po, sir, ng duathlon for SEA Games. Ang ginawa po, sir, is pinarecall po ako, sir, during summertime in Annapolis, may bakasyon po ako. I used that my vacation leave to have yung yung competition ko po ng qualifying event, sir.
Alright. Okay. So nag-qualify ka dun sa balik kayo nagkaroon ng tryouts, in other words 6 months before the saan ang tryouts nyo? Subic din?
Sir, in Clark, sir.
Clark. Okay. Tapos nag-qualify ka.
Yes,
pagkatapos ng tuloy-tuloy na. Paano yung nag-file ka ng leave sa Annapolis? Paano mo in-explain yun?
Sir, po, sir? First, sir, kinausap ko po yung commanding officer ko po, sir, company officer ko. Sinabi ko po, sir, na because, sir, during my stay in Annapolis, sir, I joined the United States Naval Academy triathlon team. So they knew that my training is consistent, sir. And I always compete. So in 1 year, sir, I have like 5 to 7 races in 1 year, triathlon and duathlon, sir. So they knew na consistent po yung training and racing ko po, sir. Then I asked permission sa company officer ko, sir, that I really wanted to represent Philippines for the Southeast Asian Games, and that is hopefully, sir, that I thought before SEA Games, sir, I thought that I told my company officer na that is my biggest dream, to race in Southeast Asian Games. That is my childhood dream since 9 years old. So please help me compete and file my leave. And then sabi po ng commanding officer ko, sir, that okay, let's look at your academic records, let's look your physical records and conduct records, and if you don't have any problems, then I can recommend you to the higher command. And at the same time, sir, nagpaalam din po ako sa Philippine Military Academy na uuwi po ako to qualify for Southeast Asian Games, and I hope that they will understand my childhood dream, sir, to represent Philippines for SEA Games, sir.
Wow, ang Ganda, ganda. Tapos, nung sa tryouts, pang ilang ka dun sa tryouts? Sa Clark?
Sir, I got third place, sir.
Pang ilan? First?
Third, sir.
Third place. Okay.
Yes,
So,
sir.
so top 3 ang kinuha for the
Yes,
duathlete.
yes, sir. Yung top 2 po, sir, nilagay po nila sa individual events, sir. And yung ako po, pati
Kasi
yung
ikaw sinala sa relay.
si
Anong
Monica.
personal best mo sa sa duathlon? Anong personal best mo? Personal best time?
Sir, so far, sir, yung, kasi sir, ano po yun, 10-kilometer run, 40-kilometer bike, and 5-kilometer run.
Oo.
Uh,
Olympic triathlon ka na rin pala. Okay, sige. Ano PB mo doon? Personal
yes, sir.
best.
Ang personal best ko po sa races ng 10K in duathlon, sir, is 41 minutes, sir. And then the last 5 kilometers, sir, is around 20 minutes, sir. So, I need more guidance po sa running for next year's SEA Games ulit, sir.
Okay. So, pero ngayon, as a, out of how many midshipmen, nakailang place ka sa, nag-graduate ka last May? Di ba may
Sir,
ranking yun? Meron ka bang special honors na natanggap
yes,
sa Annapolis?
yes, sir.
Anong special honor mo sa Annapolis na natanggap?
Sir, mayroon po akong ano, sir, they, with, yung nasa diploma ko, sir, is with merit ata yun, sir,
Right.
or with honors, or something like that, sir.
Okay. Pang ilang ka? How many, 'di ba, merong ranking 'yan? How many midshipmen graduated and pang ilang ka sa class mo?
Sir, sa class po namin, sir, more than 1,000 po kami, sir, around 1,100 midshipman.
Oo.
And nasa top 30% po ako, sir.
Top 30 ka. Ibig sabihin nasa top 300 ka. Wow. Ibang klase. Ikaw lang. Are you the first woman sa Philippines to graduate from Annapolis? Ikaw lang ba? Ikaw pa
No,
first
sir.
pala?
No,
Ikaw pa
sir.
lang?
No,
Ikaw pa
sir.
lang.
No, sir. I'm not the first one, sir.
Meron na ba earlier pa? Nag-graduate from PMA, punta ng Annapolis, meron na
Yes.
previous. Pang ilang ka
Yes.
that you know? Pang ilang ka na among the many female graduates from the Philippines PMA, would you know pang ilang, pangatlo ka ba o pansampu ka ba? Would you know?
Around, di po ako sigurado, sir, baka mga panglimang
Alright.
female or
Around the
sixth
fifth.
male.
Okay. Sige. Sorry, you have an interesting subject here, Andrew. Go.
Yeah, I know. Like, I knew that this would be right up your alley, so that's why I brought her on the show. Yeah, so just to clear up some things, because I've got a few viewers, and as Bong was a bit curious before, like questioning, who is this party that we're interviewing. Now, I just got some questions that I prepared. We've sort of touched based on some of them, but I'm going to just ask some which might clear this up a bit. So these are my questions. The first one is, we did talk before about, how your view was that the top duathlete at this point in time was Monica Torres. My question is, how is your rivalry at this stage with Monica Torres, who of course is the SEA Games champion in the duathlon event?
Sir, personally, sir, I never, hindi ko po tinawag na, or I didn't regard Ate Monica Torres as my rival. Rather, I call her as my teammate. So we work together, sir, for SEA Games, and I hope for next year kaya ko pa pong kaya ko pong sumabay, or I will try my best to improve my performance so that I can help Ate Monica Torres or other duathletes for SEA Games, sir.
Okay. next question was, we did mention the sponsor, like Standard Insurance, who strongly sponsors primarily a lot of triathlon, like athletes. My question is, what is the support from Standard Insurance like for the athletes?
For the athletes, sir, there is a mandatory monthly allowance, and that both for his military and civilian athletes.
Yep.
So besides, in other words, Pawi, besides from
And
your
then
allowance from the PSC, meron din kayong mga binigyan as mga stipends ng Standard Insurance as well.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Currently, sir, I don't have allowance from the national team, so I just have my allowance from the Standard Insurance, sir. And also, sir, there is my sponsorship po ng bicycles and free po everything, lodging, training meals, training barracks, everything, sir.
Okay, the next question was, we actually did touch base with Annapolis and the Naval Academy in the US and balancing of training. So that's already been covered. So the next question was your goals in the sport. You did mention something about trying to qualify for the World Championships in the duathlon. What are the how much better than your personal best do you need to improve in order to qualify for the World Championships in the duathlon?
Sir, first, sir, I qualified. I just qualified the World Championship, the 2020 World Championships, just because I competed in the USA National Open and I got 5th place. But I think for the world stage, I need to improve. I need to improve a lot of time, especially in running, sir. So for 10K, I need to get like around 36 minutes in 10K. And in 5K, I need to be around 17, 18 minutes in 5K. So there's I need to work hard so I can be closer on that time, sir.
Okay, so my query is this as well then. Let's say, for example, in the next SEA Games, is there a duathlon event in the next SEA Games, or is it just probably just going to be the triathlon event at the 2021 SEA Games?
Sir, currently we know.
Actually, I'll answer that. I'll
There
answer that.
there was an
They're
announcement
trying
this
to
week
include
that there
triathlon.
will.
At the moment, there's no duathlon or
Uh,
triathlon in Southeast Asian Games, but they're trying to lobby. Bamboo is trying to lobby triathlon, especially the fact that we're back-to-back champions. Pero in the meantime, yung sinasabi mong National Open, Pawi, saan yon? When was this, yung National Open? Sa duathlon to? National Open, US National Open duathlon?
Yes, sir. I had my national USA National Duathlon Championships
When was
in
this? Anong
if
month?
around it's like days after namatay po yung coach ko, around April, sir, month of April.
Sino yung coach, your own national coach, kamamatay lang nun?
Sir, I used to have coach Rafael Polikit as my coach, sir.
Rafael,
Rafael Polikit.
you just
The Milo Marathon champion from the two-time Milo Marathon champion. He passed on recently.
just write me the name. So immediate mga 8 days after he died, nag-compete ka sa National Open and you finished in what place again? Pawi?
Fifth
Fifth?
place.
Fifth
Yes.
place?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anong time mo doon? Anong yung sa
Medyo
run sa
mataas.
okay. Saan ginanap? Where was the venue?
I don't sir, I think in the south, east south, around south of USA. I think I can't remember, but I think it's around in Florida, sir. Something somewhere in
I've
Florida.
got the details here.
All right. All right.
I
Here's
in,
Alabama.
Alabama. Okay.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, May 30 to 31.
oh yeah.
Tuscaloosa, Alabama, May 30 to 31. Okay. That's good. So, kung sakasakaling wala yung duathlon sa SEA Games or even triathlon, ano mga competitions that you're looking forward to, Pao, for this
Sir,
coming 2021?
for 2021, sir, I'm still eyeing for the Powerman Asian Championship, sir,
When is
in
this and
Malaysia.
where is this?
It will be on June in Malaysia, sir.
In Powerman, Asian at Power. Duathlon din to. Okay. So, this what have where have although you've said you're in Naik, so seaside yan. Diyan ka na rin nagtitrain in the meantime. Yung
Yes,
kasi
sir.
yung swing lang duathlon lang or triathlon as well.
Standard Insurance doesn't sponsor triathlon, sir. Only cycling, sailing, and duathlon, sir.
Okay. Cycling, duathlon. Since malapit ka sa Sangli, do you report to Sangli periodically? Kasi doon ang
Yes, sir.
Philippine
Yes, sir.
Navy nandun.
Yes,
Again?
sir. I just got my assignment. So kakababa ko lang po from PMA. So I got my assignment in PMA after I graduated in Annapolis,
Okay.
sir.
So where will you be assigned daw? Sabi ng PMA.
Sir, after my assignment in PMA, I'm still waiting for my orders, but hopefully I will be assigned in the Naval Sea Systems Command, or what we call the Naval
Kasi
Naval Systems
meron din naman what's this now? Excuse me. Sa may you have a Philippine Navy Command also din sa Bonifacio Global City, nandun din yung ninyo eh. So
Yes.
there's a possibility that you might be there. Pero this is an interesting na you're a duathlete, PMA, and as you said, it's not anybody who can graduate with honors at that from the Annapolis. It's also not easy being a woman. Doon ba did you experience any form of na one Filipino, second female? Did you experience any form of I'll just say it out loud. Anyway, you can share experience. May na-experience mo ba discrimination as a female, as a Filipino, as a foreigner, as a fact that you're Filipina during your stint sa Annapolis?
During my stay, sir, I didn't experience any discrimination. We we have sir, malaki po yung project po sa kanila ng no to discrimination, sir. And that is bound for discrimination po, sir, is bound it is bounded by our conduct code, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
So during your time sa Annapolis, around how many foreigners kayo na andon?
Sir, during my stay, sir, in our class, USNA class of 2020, we were 16 international students from all over the world. In 1 year, overall, sir, we have 16 international
16
students
from how
out
many
of.
countries? So from the Philippines, sino pa that you recall na nationalities that were there?
We have midshipmen from Bulgaria, from Korea, European countries, Poland, Mexico, Micronesia, Philippines, Kazakhstan, and I think that's it, sir. Peru. We have people from Peru.
Uh, you're, anong height mo? 5'3", 4",
Uh, 5'2", sir.
5'2". Oh, well, you must have been the cutest. Hindi naman this is not just the cutest naval midshipman.
Yes,
Huh? It's not
yes,
supposed to be
sir. I am the smallest. They ano sir na nagigiliw lang po sila sa akin because
Wow.
I'm the oldest but I'm the short and the cutest, so nawiwili po sila sa akin yung mga classmates ko.
Talaga. So baby, ang tawag nila parang protective sila sa iyo kasi cute na. Of course. It's good. It's good to hear. That's good to hear. Ngayon na as an athlete and now as a newly enlisted officer sa Philippine Navy, and what's next for Pawie, for Fornea? Ano ba ang future? Yeah, your future.
For Pawie Fornea, sir, in the military side, I think I will be assigned in the Naval Sea Systems Command as the hopefully, sir, I am hopeful that I will be assigned as a weapons and robotics officer, sir, because that is my that was one of my two majors in Annapolis, sir. So I really wanted
robotics and defense, weapon systems.
Sir, weapons and robotics engineering, sir. That is my major. That was one of my two majors in Annapolis, sir. And I am hopeful that I can help the Philippine Navy to develop weapon systems and robotics, sir.
Wow. Pag-aagawan ka, sa totoo lang. I'm telling her that given her background and given the specializations that she has, you will be a very sought after woman in the Philippine Navy because of that particular. And you have obviously she's intelligent also because robotics, weapon systems. Not everybody can handle those tough subjects. So specialization. Okay. Baka mamaya, nagma-martial arts ka rin? Do you take any combat training? Of course, kasama yun sa combat training, pero ano mo? Favorite martial art mo?
Maybe, sir, my favorite martial art is judo, sir.
Gentle talaga, oh. Pwede ka na pala sa judo. Kaya ibigay ka kaya kita kay Sorry, but this is just a playful. Bigay kaya kita kay Dave Carter. Gusto mo? National team? Another career? Pero anong belt mo? Anong belt? Anong belt mo
No, sir. It's just for physical education subjects, sir. I just remembered yung judo final exam ko, sir, because my partner yung during my final exam in Annapolis, sir, we have the judo final exam.
Yes.
So since kasi, sir, diba, sir, pag yung dapat yung kalaban mo the same weight, but I was 108 pounds and nobody wanted me to be their partner, so ang nabigay ko na partner sa akin is more than 200 pounds. I dealt with her, so I just hugged her the whole time. So that was my experience in judo.
Okay. What are the most outstanding memories you have of Annapolis? Yung mga nice things that stand out in your mind during your 4 years ba yun? Am I correct? 4 years at Annapolis?
Yes, sir.
What are the outstanding memories that you have of being a midshipman at Annapolis? Yung magagandang experience mo that stand out in your mind?
Sir, maybe the best experience, sir, I got 2 majors in 4 years. And I really tried my best, sir, na kunin po yung 2 majors. That is, the first one is Naval Architecture and Marine Engineering. And the
Wow.
second one is Weapons, Robotics, and Controls Engineering, sir. Maybe that is the best
Naval,
part.
could you, I'll just take naval, two
Naval
majors,
Architecture, sir.
naval architecture and
Marine Engineering.
marine engineering, and
The,
also,
and the second major is Weapons, Robotics,
ang layo dun sa
and
food,
Controls.
ang layo sa food nutrition. Food
So maybe
nutrition.
that is the best memory, sir, in the academic side. Very maganda po talaga yung education system ng Naval Academy, especially in engineering, naval science, naval weaponry, sir. So that is my best experience. And on the athletic side, sir, maybe my best experience is with my teammates in USNA triathlon team and yung oval track, sir, because during fall and spring, I use the track the outdoor track, but during winter I use the indoor track, the 200-meter indoor track with my coach. My coach was Coach Karen Boyle. I think she is a level 6 coach in athletics. I'm not sure.
So during yung sa track, anong tinakbo mo? 200?
I just run on track for training, sir, not for competition. But I think that is my best memory in Annapolis, because I almost live on track for 4 years. Every day nasa track walk ko, track workout, especially nung buhay pa po si Coach Rafael Polikit.
Si Rafael Pulikit. Okay, yun now I can connect things together.
Yes, sir. So he was my coach. So he really wanted me to run 10K in the morning and 10K in the afternoon in preparation for SEA Games. So most of the time, if I'm not studying, I'm just on track running.
Okay. Now I understand. Wow. You have a night. Considering those tough majors, even if you get out of the army now, madami kukuha sa'yo in the maritime industry, considering that. Yung marine engineering and naval architecture. Pwede kita, anyway, congratulations. Diyan sa Naik, you're living with your family o ikaw lang mag-isa? Are you
Sir, I live with my teammates.
with your
I live with my teammates, sir.
teammates?
Standard.
National Duathlete team nandyan ngayon. Okay.
Sir, just the standard
Insurance
insurance.
team. Yung national standard insurance. Ilan kayo nandyan ngayon sa Naik? How many kayo?
Sir, in Duathlon, sir, full pack po kami. So, 4 boys, 2 girls with cycling team. So, cycling team, separating po sila. We have 3 girls in cycling and I think 5 to 6 cyclists.
So since pala the lockdown, hindi ka naging inactive kasi yun nga, meron kayong mga facilities pala diyan sa Naik that
Yes,
allows you to train.
yes, sir. Actually, sir, I just kakalipat ko lang po dito from PMA. So during lockdown, I trained inside PMA or in athletic bowl, sir, sa Baguio.
So you were, according to Andrew, you were with Regine Togadi of Luam, was Filipino parents, and went a 2-time Olympian for
Yes,
for the 100 and 200. Okay.
yes, sir.
I met Regine because I invited her to compete at the 2015 National Open in I think that was in Laguna. So she came over to compete in the Philippines in 2015. when she was a junior athlete.
You might have some other questions, Andrew. I'll just give you.
There's just one other question really that I had regarding the duathlon. For the running component of the duathlon, what distance is it?
For the running distances in duathlon, sir, we have from starting from 5 kilometer to 10 kilometer and 21 kilometers, sir.
Yeah, because I looked at the stats. You know, what is your best time for the 5K?
For 5K, sir, I used to have 19 minutes
Yeah,
on track.
yeah,
So that is like also on track. The 10K is 39 minutes, but
yeah,
that is 1 week after SEA Games. So
yeah.
I'm not. I don't know my current.
Yeah, because like I mean, getting down to 17 minutes in the 5K, I mean, that's probably quicker than most of the national, well, not most of the athletes in the Philippines over 5K, according to my stats. You know, that's, you know, if you can run 17 minutes, basically you'll be right up there with the field athletes in the Philippines. I mean, of course, the Vietnamese have women running in the 16s, but like the last SEA Games was very slow in terms of the 5K. So the bronze medal time, which was done by the UAP champion, was 17:52 for the 5K. So that it's got an extremely low qualifying standard in the 5K, whereas the 10K is 36 minutes 40, something to that extent, which is a relatively competitive time. But it was a very slow SEA Games last time in the 5K, which mean the bronze was only 17:52, which probably puts it at a low qualifying standard for that event. So my question was, if you can get your time down for the 5K, and there's no triathlon and no duathlon at the SEA Games if Bambol's request doesn't come through, which looking at it, you know, like as a host country, if another country will recommend events which they're going to do well in and they're not the host, it's going to be difficult to get that through to the host. My question is, if, say, for example, there's no duathlon, there's no triathlon, would you consider going to the SEA Games for the 5K if you can qualify for that event?
Sir, it is fine with me, sir, to qualify at any events. I personally, sir, I can. I mean, I I I can or I if I can qualify for in any event, then I will do it, sir. But I think it takes a lot of a lot of training, especially shifting from duathlon to athletics, sir.
No, I'm not saying that you should shift event. What I'm saying, what my query is, it's like a backup just in case to help prepare for the duathlon. That's basically what I'm saying because, you know, 5K is already half your duathlon event. So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is presumably in order to improve that component of your duathlon to get quicker in the 5K, like at some stage, would you consider, are you going to consider like joining 5K races to help
Yeah.
improve your 5K?
Yes. Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. 5K and 10K, sir. And also, it is up to my coach. I'm still negotiating with my coach, my running coach.
Yeah. So we'll just keep that one a secret for now because I haven't actually had confirmation from them. So we'll just keep that one under wraps for now.
Yeah.
Just para at least for those who are listening to us. Yung sa Powerman Triathlon, how long is the the bike, then how long is the run?
For Powerman, sir, it will be a 10-kilometer run, and then a 60-kilometer bike, and then a 10-kilometer run again, sir.
So 10 kilometer run, then 60 kilometers. So 10 60 10 ganon.
Yes,
Tama ba?
sir.
Alright.
Yes, sir.
So Is this your first time to run on a Powerman or first time mo to run
Yes,
that?
sir. Yes, sir. It will be my first time next year, sir.
So, binabasa ko yung race guide eh. So, talagang medyo mukhang tough. It's scheduled in, what's this now? In Malaysia, December 10, 60, 10. Yeah. And for cash prizes as well as Powerman World Championships, it will be for cash. Meron, ano pala to, it's a qualifier for the Powerman World Championships pala. So
Yes.
ano yung dito since this will be your first time?
Uh, Actually, personally, sir, I think I'm still observing the waters for Powerman, sir. So I don't know what to expect because this will be my first long
It's okay.
distance race.
Yep.
But best, sir.
Pero
Uh,
how do you
Actually,
think
I'm
kasi
quite nervous.
given the tough grind you have sa Annapolis, how do you think this will figure in your preparations? Or kasi may as I said, and we will repeatedly say it's no joke na nakapag 4 years ka sa Annapolis sa US Naval Academy with all of the considering the top subjects tapos yung pa as you said may mga boot camp pa kayo doon, hindi ba? Yung sa
Yes.
military training. How do you think this will prepare you for that kind of grueling event? Ngayon na nalampasan mo na nga yung Annapolis eh. So how does this now help you in preparing for the Powerman Triathlon in June in Malaysia?
Yes, sir.
Yung kind of discipline, yung kind what
Yes, sir. Maybe my best bet is my mental toughness, sir. So my coaches know me for my coaches kilala po ako ng mga coaches ko po for being mentally tough. So kahit ano po yung binibigay po nila na training sa akin o kahit puyat man po ako, puyat po ako sa trabaho, puyat po ako sa kakaaral, I still do ginagawa ko pa rin po yung best ko for training, binibigay ko pa rin po yung best times ko, kung ano po yung lahat po na binibigay sa akin na training, ina-accept ko po lahat. I never say no po sa training, sir, and I think that is my best bet po siguro for next year's preparation, sir. And also, sir, I am a very organized person pagdating po sa training. So, time management, sir. Also, may mga military obligations po ako sa Philippine Navy. Also that is my priority over sports. But kilala po ako ng mga coaches ko, sir, na being very masipag po sa training at hindi po sumusuko sa lahat po ng challenges na binibigay po nila sa akin, sir.
Oo nga. And I expect siguro kumbaga because again it's just what it is. Now because of your quote unquote cuteness. Minsan ba na-underestimate ka? Because of your cuteness. Cuteness, small ka, not realizing that you pack kumbaga sa boxing you pack quite a lot. You have a lot of yung bang I mean how do you deal with that? Yung ba parang minsan kasi napakaliit nito. Pero
Yes.
Police Grand Prix tapos ngayon Duathlete and could you tell us a little bit of that experience?
Actually, sir, sometimes I get some comments na I'm so cute, I'm so short, and I'm not like really, sir. And I just accept it. Them, sir, Pag may naririnig po akong gano'n, sir, ay hindi ko po minamind. As long as ginagawa ko po yung trabaho ko, hindi po, I have two things, and also tinuro ko din po ito sa mga kadete ko sa
Is that added motivation for you? Na yung yung
kasi I used
pasensya ka
to,
na, na ini-small ka ba?
yes,
Na, is that added motivation for you to do even better and to rise above yung mga kanilang mga perceived misconceptions about you?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. And also, sir, because sir, in the military, we have certain standards.
Yeah.
So iniisip ko po, sir, na kaya po ako nakapasok dito because I got the I passed at least the minimum standards. So iniisip ko po kung naipasa ko po yung first exam, that is the minimum standards, then iniisip ko po na siguro kaya ko naman po makipagsabayan kahit cute po ako. Kasi
How
I
old are
passed,
you now, Pao?
sir,
How old are
20 years old po.
20?
26.
Mukha ka pa rin high schooler eh. Kung tutusin mo. Hindi. I can understand your predicament. If you're 26, and still looking that actually it's a gift. It's a gift. That you can be still mistaken as a high schooler. Baka mamaya elementary pa nga eh.
Yes,
Minsan ba na-experience mo na yun?
yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. I always experience that, sir, pag pumapasok ko sa mga malls dito.
Oh.
Tinatanong po ako kung ano na po yung edad ko. So sabi ko, 20.
Lalo na dito sa Cavite. Nako. Sa Cavite, punta ka ng mall dito. Sasabihin sa'yo, we're just sasabihin sa'yo, ne.
Sir.
Diba? Not knowing, sige, i-judo kita. Okay. Any other questions? Sorry, I hope this has been a fun time.
I'm enjoying it. I don't really have any more questions, but I'm just enjoying the dialogue here.
Okay. Yeah, nga. So, yun nga, I mean, the common theme, as you said, your mental toughness, your being organized, because again, I hope the Facebook audience realizes that you're an extraordinary lady. That's why I'm trying to emphasize that given from your humble backgrounds in Davao, as you said, that coming from a very relatively humble family, ano mga parents mo? What are their jobs? Yung father mo, mother mo? How many children do they have? Pang ilang ka?
Sir, only child po ako ng mama pati ng papa ko, sir. Si mama po, sir, wala pong trabaho. And then si papa ko po, sir, he used to be a satellite engineer sa mga PLDT. Sila po yung nagre-repair ng mga PLDT satellites po sa Mindanao, sir.
That's pala in the family. That's good.
Yes, sir.
Yung mom mo, full-time homemaker? Ayaw ko sabihin housewife.
Yes, sir. And then, but my father died one day after I entered Philippine Military Academy, sir. So he was an OFW before he died, sir. So namatay po siya
sa Middle East? Sa Middle East?
Saudi Arabia, sir.
Where in
Kingdom of
Saudi Arabia? Where in Saudi Arabia? Jeddah, Daran, Riyadh.
Riyadh, sir.
Riyadh, okay. So, one day after you entered the military, he died? Oh, what?
Yes. From cerebral hemorrhage, sir.
In Saudi Arabia?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's
So
that's impressive.
I actually, sir, I took it as my motivation to really graduate at the in Annapolis, sir, because before my father died, sir, I promised him that I will graduate in PMA. I will be a naval aviator, sir. That is my promise to him, sir. And that is why I really tried my best, sir. Also, sir, I promised my father, sir, that if ever I will have a chance to compete in Southeast Asian Games, then I will really work hard for it, sir.
So dedicated that to him also pala.
Yes,
Your
sir.
father's name mo and your mother's name?
Sir, my father's name, sir, is Paulino, fondly called as Boyax,
Okay,
and
boy.
my mother is Leia, Leia, sir.
Na, sa Davao kayo lumaki? Davao City mismo?
Yes, sir.
You have a beautiful story here, Andrew. I'm glad. I'm glad I was able to meet you. And of course, meron kang naval naval background. That's why I also made you close to my heart because, as I told you, my cousin used to be the flag officer in command of FOIC of the Philippine Navy as well, on my mother's side.
Thank
So aside from the Power Man, do you have any other international competitions lined up or meron ng local competitions duathlon next year dito sa atin that you know
uh,
of already?
sir, we are still waiting for announcements, sir.
Time flies. 1 hour na pala yun. Pero I enjoyed it very well. I enjoyed it very well. So any other questions before you want to know? I see Andrew is smiling. That's nice. Uh,
Yeah, because yeah, you basically what do you call it? You've basically made this a very lively conversation. So I'm kind of just sitting back and enjoying the dialogue here.
no, it's okay. Anyway, hopefully you can be guested into one of the others. They need to hear your story.
Yes, sir.
And they need to hear your story kasi maganda eh. Yung bang it's not every day that and as you said being a marine engineer now you can also in other words because that's your major you can use that as a career or also being a marine when you step out of the military um, you will be a very coveted lady. I tell you this right now kasi not only is the military going to have a prize finding you, pero yung marine engineering, that's a very hard, difficult, difficult task. Sa satellites, baka, when, ilang years siya sa Saudi, your, si Sir Boyax, your late dad, Pau, how many years was he in Saudi Arabia? Nakailang
Sir,
taon?
around 3 to 4 years, sir.
Hmm,
Yes, sir.
just to give you a good picture. How's your mom? Kamusta siya sa ano? How's Ma'am Leia in Davao?
Sir, she's staying alone in Davao, sir, and I am hopeful that I can go back I can go back to my hometown this December, sir.
Okay, Christmas. Oh, tama yun naman. Siyempre, Christmas reunion. Christmas reunion.
Yes, sir.
And yun, di ba? Oh, si delighted siya eh. Siyempre, oh. Ano dialect mo? Bisaya or ano? Ilonggo
Sir,
or Cebuano?
Bisaya Tagalog, sir.
Bisaya, Tagalog. Ilonggo, marunong ka?
No, sir.
Sabi ko nga namik gid eh. Namik I just told her na she knows. Uh, she has a very nice background and very nice story to tell. Tama eh. Alright. Okay. So before we end anything more, I'm glad you invited me. It's a pleasure to meet a young.
Well, after this, I will just actually, this is a nice lead into my event because obviously the theme of my event is women in sport. So this actually sort of blends in nicely towards the actual event, the virtual event, which I now have 13 entries for.
Hmm. So may gusto ka sabihin sa ating mga listeners, Pao, yung mga ano, yung especially your story, how would coming from that kind of background, overcoming challenges like that, na yun nga being small pero now standing very very tall with honors at that from Annapolis. What can you tell to the others na you that are listening to us now? And I think Andrew will keep on this conversation. What can you tell? How can you motivate other people like you, na from a humble background? Then what can you tell them? In other words, naglag.
Sir, first of all, sir, sa mga kabataan natin ngayon, sir, never lose hope. Kung ano man, kung kuwari kung student athlete kayo, um, try your best na study well. Pag nag-aaral kayo ng mabuti, pag nasa sports kayo, wag niyo din hayaan yung pag-aaral ninyo. Very important talaga yung education ang na makagraduate sa college, and ang sports, basta sipag lang at tiyaga. Pag you feel down, you feel exhausted, you feel moody, you feel blue, just keep working hard. Malalampasan nyo rin yung mga challenges na madadaanan nyo along the way. Kung sakaling you feel na nadapa kayo or hindi nyo nakuha yung mga goals in life ninyo, huwag kayong mawalan ng pag-asa. Keep working hard. Dadating din ang time na it will be your time to shine, quote unquote time to shine. And based sa experience ko, I've been through a lot of challenges, emotionally, physically, lahat na. And this my life's story, I just want to share sa public para ma-motivate yung mga kabataan natin na to work hard para sa pangarap nila. Don't lose hope. Marami pang opportunities along the way as long as they mag-aral lang sila ng maayos, they graduate, mag-aral sila maayos. Ayun po, sir. Yun lang po yung may advice ko. Mag-aral lang sila ng mabuti. Education, school is very important. So kung kaya nila pagsabay ng school and sports, that is way better ng expectations. Ayun po, sir, sa mga student athletes ngayon na pandemic, wag kayo mag-stop mag-training. May mga may mga alternative trainings naman tayo. Lalo na sa mga athletes na sponsored ng school po nila, sir, mga varsity athletes. Ayun po, sir, mag-focus sila sa sports and sa school. Maraming avenues, maraming opportunities in the long run, sir. Just keep working hard. Be motivated palagi. Ayun. And pag marami kayo naririnig ng mga negative from other people, hayaan nyo lang. As long as may tinuro ko din po to sa mga PMA cadets before I left PMA as their tactical officer. First, sir,
Ano yung batch mo sa PMA? Ano tawag yung, di ba, may mga mista kayo? Ano tawag nyo sa batch ninyo? Batch 2020. Anong tawag sa batch ninyo?
Sir, ako po, sir, original PMA class of 2019, Mabalasik class, sir.
Mabalasik class. Pero because of your na US Naval Academy training, ngayon ka lang kumbaga, in a manner of speaking, naka-graduate. Tama?
Yes, sir.
So, mabalasik class. O, kita mo, pati pala yung ano mo class mabalasik Do you know what that means, Andrew? Mabalasik? It means aggressive. It means macho ang dating. Di ba? It's mabalasik din talaga itong baby ito But finally, just so what else as you said, Powerman Triathlon is just a stepping stone. What is your ultimate goal in your sport? What is your ultimate goal?
Sir, personally, sir, from my heart, my ultimate goal in sports is to motivate and inspire other people, sir, especially our student athletes, sir. And my personal goal of maybe athletic performance goal is
Yes.
hopefully, sir, sana may chance pa po akong makapag SEA Games pa po, sir.
Nice.
And
makapag
yes, sir. And
sige lang.
Sana po, sir, kakayanin ko po lahat ng challenges. Lahat ng challenges. Ayun lang po, sir. Sipag lang po at tiyaga. Yun po yung dalawa. Sipag at tiyaga, sir.
Sipag at tiyaga. Ano ka ni Manny Villar? Sige. Okay. That's about it. Andrew, can we request Pao to send us pictures of action pictures and of course that beautiful in parade uniform. That's from USNA, tama ba ko? So
Yes.
Could you kindly send it to Andrew and we'll try to publish your stories and send him the link and that you can share with you. Anyway, we can chat continually naman. Meron ka may FB account ka, may PM ka?
Excuse me, sir.
You have a PM or an FB account. If we can chat later on, extra chat. I'll just we're both Manolo. That's my formal name. Pero Tito Bong na lang. Anyway, just PM me and I'll confirm you right away.
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
Andrew. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. This is my Pawie Fornea is my name in FB, sir.
All right.
In Facebook.
Okay, Andrew, thank you very much. It was a pleasure interviewing this lovely lady.
Yep.
Truly a pleasure and privilege.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you then. Salamat.
Thanks, Pawie. Thanks for coming on our show and sharing your story. I really enjoyed it, and as Bong said, I really smile much these days. So it was good, being around two genuine people, and I really enjoyed this interview.
Thank you, sir.
Sige. Maraming salamat. And to all, continue following this blog because this FB site, because you have a lot of surprises like this lovely lady.
It's probably better than what actually I actually invited you here for, actually. But
it's okay.
I mean, the other part of this will probably take maybe 10-15 minutes most. This is basically the interesting part. So the remainder is going to be about 10 or 15 at most.
All right. Thank you.
Just a couple of slides. Okay, so I'll just...
Sige lang. Keep it.
Okay, I'll just quickly finish off the rest of this. Okay.
No, so, I'll stay. We'll finish with this youth together. Cool. Yes, please. I'm looking at it now.
Okay, cool. I'm just trying to share the screen at the moment. I'm just seeing if it's coming. I don't think it's coming up. So I got some slides I need to share here. Is it showing the slides?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing is just covering some updates of what's happening with athletic meets in 2021. So according to my sources, it hasn't been fully confirmed, but a lot of UAAP coaches I've spoken with are saying that the UAAP will not push through in athletics for 2021 and will likely move to 2022. I questioned the likelihood of this event earlier in about November. I even asked the chairman of the board of the UAAP of athletics. He wouldn't comment. And I asked some other sports directors, but they said that they won't say anything until the UAAP board announces this publicly. I had an email with the Undersecretary of the Palarong Pambansa, and he advised me that there's no confirmed date or venue yet for 2021. Then also with Philippine Track and Field, I spoke with one of their officials and was advised the National Open will be pushing through at the end of March at New Clark City. PATAFA will come up with the entry standards in the next few weeks to limit the entries. I was also advised there'll be no junior age category. Currently, Philippine Athletics is doing the level 1 IAAF, and the whole course is being done online, and it is the first time that the whole course has been done online with the approval of World Athletics. So just moving on to the next slide, which is in regards to the virtual women's 60-meter dash. Firstly, I'm just making a disclaimer that this event is not affiliated in any way or form with Philippine Track and Field or the PSC. We have 13 entries for this event. It's a women event to promote women's sports. How it will be done is entries are submitted by video of 60 meters with a clear view of the start and a clear view of the finish. So these are effectively home videos. The timing will be checked by Kinevia software for photo finish by myself and a panel. In view of the start, or if the view of the start or the finish is not visible, the video will need to be resubmitted before the due date on the 12th of December. If the time does not convert accurately to the 100-meter time of the athlete or close enough, they'll be asked to resubmit the video. So say, for example, if a girl runs 13 seconds for the 100 meters and they get 7.5 in the 60, 7.5 converts to about 11.6 or 11.7 or 11.5. So it's totally not accurate if the time's just way too fast based on what the athlete's capable of doing in the 100-meter dash. This is a list of the entries that we have for the event. There are 13 entries for the event who come from different parts of the country. We didn't get any of our, our invitations to members of the national team. No, none of them actually replied to our invitations. So we have a list of 13 athletes here who are participating in this. The top two are number 4 and number 6 in this list. So number 4, Leanne Pama, is the Palarong Pambansa silver medalist in the 100-meter dash with a PB of 12.10. And number 6, Karen Henario, is the Philippine junior record holder in the 100 hurdles. In total, we have 13 listed here with times varying from 12 to 13.5 seconds. So prizes. So the prizes for the event are the following. The winner will receive $100 via PayPal from Pinoy Athletics and our sponsor Massive Sports. A free singlet, a certificate of participation, and a sports prize from a sponsor that chooses to remain anonymous. Depending on availability, additional singlets, we have 20 in total, will be distributed to place getters from our sponsor Massive Sports. Each participant will receive a free singlet from Massive Sports valued at 700 pesos and a certificate of participation. This is, of course, a free event. There's no entry fee being charged for this event. It's entirely done online. The deadline for submission of videos will be on December the 12th. Once a video has been submitted and accepted, no further videos can be submitted. If a video is not suitable and it will need to be redone, and no further videos will be accepted after 11:59 p.m. on December the 12th. December 13th evening, we will play the videos from slowest to fastest and announce the winner times, place getters with ranked times. Further events we are planning, if this goes well, we will be looking at having a men's version of this event with no entry fee, and possibly a women's 5,000 meters with no entry fee towards the end of January. We are in negotiation with other clothing shoe sponsors, and for more information on our sponsor, Massive Sports, who does a lot of the singlets for the UAAP sports and also for some of the national teams, please visit fb.com Massive Sports. Okay, so I guess that's pretty much it, Bong.
Yeah, and thank you. I hope you have a very successful virtual meet, and I hope.
Yeah, like what's been done is, you know, some athletes are able to use track ovals, and if they can't get to track ovals, they have dirt tracks and grass tracks, and obviously in Manila it's really tough. However, I believe that the track oval at Bulacan, Malolos, is the closest oval which is open to Manila.
So how can they determine the time? Because is it you consider hand time?
No, what we're doing is what I'm doing is they have to submit a video, and there has to be a clear view of the start and the finish, and we'll be using video software to get the time, so we will not be accepting hand times. Obviously,
you have that program already. You have that program already.
Yeah, I've been using it for years. I mean, I was using that program at the Sports Academy to get more accurate times for the athletes I was working with, because it's not as accurate as electronic timing, but it's more accurate than hand timing.
Okay.
Usually a hand time and an electronic time is usually about 0.24 to 0.3. With the video software, I found it's usually within 0.10 or 0.15 of of an electronic time.
Okay, so just to clear some because I'm not that techie like you, essentially.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is that the other thing I mentioned was that, say for example, there's a conversion between what you can run in the 60 meters and what you can run in the 100 meters. So, say for example, if you can run 7.5 in the 60, you're probably running around 11.5, 11.6, 11.7 in the 100-meter dash. So if somebody, if a girl who has a best time of 13 seconds, submits 7.5 or 7.4 or 7.6, they're going to be asked to basically resubmit the video, because the timing is the timing will be fairly accurate, but the measurement of the distance will be questionable if the time that they submit for the 60 is not sort of correlated to what they run the 100 meters in.
Okay.
Because it'll be very difficult, say for example, to get somebody out to a track oval with a measuring wheel. That's possible, but it will take a lot of effort to get somebody with a measuring wheel to go and measure the distance. But you can pretty much tell based off what someone's 100-meter best time is, what sort of time that they should run for a 60. Let's say, for example, if a 60 time, if they're a 13-second 100-meter runner and the 60-meter time will convert into 12.8 or 12.9, then that's all right, because it's not too far off what they want to run the 100 in. But if the 60-meter time converts to 11.6 or 11.7, and they're a 13-second 100-meter runner, then there's a big question about the measurement.
Right. I think thank you very much once again, and see you. I'll just post the link when it's published.
Yep, we're done for now, after tonight. So again, thanks for joining us, Pawie and Oh, I think she's trying to join again, but okay, yeah. So if she sends me the video, the pictures, or you the pictures, then that's cool. Yeah. So thanks, Bong, for joining us once again, and all the best.
Nice interview, mate. I enjoyed it.
All right.
And thank you for inviting me.
Okay. Bye now. Take care.
God bless.